Welcome back to episode 2 of this Rugby League Live 2 Brisbane Broncos 2013 career mode. I'm not too sure what I'm going to call it yet. Definitely need to condense that down a little bit. But yeah, we're going to jump right into round number 3. So just a brief recap, we ended up losing to Manly in our first game, 4 points to 6. We simulated round 2, then we ended up losing that as well, 10 points to 8 to the Dragons. And that brings us to round 3. Now after that simulation in round 2, we have lost a few players due to injury, or a couple of players, sorry, with Josh Hoffman falling out of the squad, as well as the bloke in the bar, Denon Kemp, who will be out of action for 4 weeks. So it isn't all bad. We do have Matt Gillett returning to the squad. He slotted right back into the second row, forcing David Stagg to the bench, and taking Hoffman's spot on the wing will be a young Jordan Kahu making his debut. So our opponents for today, another tough task here in the Sydney Roosters as we take a look at their squad, looking a little green on the wings, but their forwards still look good. They do have Sonny Bill Williams, not a bad squad. I am surprised by the wingers. Tupou and Tuivasa-Sheck must be injured or something. As we jump into the action here with the Roosters, Kenny Dow gets away from Kahu and Henry just bumps off Jack Reed. Looking pretty dangerous on this left side here as they shift it back to the middle. On the toe it goes. Oof, it looked like the Roosters had it there, but it was scooped up by Glenn surprisingly. We do however get tackled in goal, and it's going to be the Roosters off the dropout on our 10 as they throw an interception. That was a pretty poor pass, fairly close to the line as we go short to Taide. Taide bumps off one defender, gets an offload away as Prince gets wrapped up on our 30. One thing I do like is that the offloads do seem a little easier as we make a break. Kahu finding Norman back on the inside, and I don't know who that is running Norman down, but it doesn't matter as he just squirms his way out of the tackle and scores our first try of the match. One thing I've definitely been noticing is that the passes on this game, they do tend to stick more and they don't loop, as we kick another shocker here, still yet to convert a try. Mind you, we've only scored 2 so far. And that pretty much wraps up the action in the first half. Alright, so like I was saying about the passing, I don't want to say it's smoother because the game as a whole does feel a little clunky with the movement and whatnot. The passing as it is makes it super easy to draw and pass. This is only like my 4th or 5th game, and with the passing like that, I'm already starting to get used to the gameplay. As we get wrapped up, I think eventually I will bump it up to legend difficulty. And it's going to be Corey Parker getting wrapped up on the opposition 20. That was a beautiful return by Norman. He found a crap ton of space in the middle, and it pretty much got us to where we are right now in the set. As Hodjo draws in 2 with the big left foot step and sets Yao Yi up on the edge here to score our second try of the game. Hodjo with the beautiful footwork, drawing in 2 defenders and pretty much put Yao Yi through untouched. Great play by Hodjo. Can we finally kick for 2? Scott Prince from the sideline, and it hits the posts. And mind you, it's been some pretty difficult kicks. If I keep missing off Prince here, I might have to switch it up and give Corey Parker a go, as the Roosters are back on attack here. Losing possession actually, scooped up by Corey Parker. There's random knock-ons. Fortunately we get the ball, and we're going to spread it wide here to Kahu. Kahu puts Stagg away down the sideline, but he's obviously going to get run down as he's wrapped up inside their 40. Back to Prince, and Prince takes the tackle. Probably should have sent it wide, but we're going to go wide this time through Kahu. Kahu to Norman, and Norman held in the tackle, then thrown to the ground as we attack once again down the short side. But our players overrunning it. Parker gets pulled up on the 30. And I think we're going to chance our arm here as we send it wide to Dodds. Dodds with the cutout ball to Prince. Prince to Reed, and the quick hands from Reed, putting Kahu away in the corner. And it's going to be Another try and another tough kick for Scott Prince. Pff, another kick, another miss. And that's going to wrap up all the action here in round 3. We finally pick up our first win of the season. I'm surprised that we actually kept the Roosters scoreless as we defeat them 12 points to 0 here at Allianz. Before we jump out though, as per usual, if you want to participate in these videos, you can vote for your players of the match in the comment section down below. Lastly, there's a couple more things we've got to do before we sign off here, and that's simulate through round 4. And as you can see, we defeat the Melbourne Storm 12 points to 8, which puts us at 6th on the ladder, 4 rounds into the competition. Now if you made it this far into the video, hit up that comment section with a hashtag OddSquad. Slap that like button for more rugby league content or more content in general. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you later.
14 when I scored that point, I was pissed off cause I did me a leg shot. Nowadays I aim for the head cuz then I jet off cause it's red